everybody, this is Maura, Mystical Trinity. Welcome to my channel. I am so happy you're here. I'm a psychic, clairvoyant, empath, and I'm here today channeling messages for you from the divine to help support you on your journey. So the reading today is going to be all about the dissolution of the ego. This energy is coming up a lot within the collective at this time. I've been noticing it for myself, for my inner circle, and really in the energies of the collective at large. So I thought I would tune into spirit and do a reading particularly on this subject to help us all move through this energy. It's a very important integral part of this shift and change that we're all going through energetically at this time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it out into the world with everyone that you care about so that we can all work together to raise the vibration on the planet. And so the ego, right? It's that energy that's judgmental, it's critical, it makes you feel bad. It's that inner voice that is judging and criticizing you, your beliefs, your actions, what you're doing. It's very critical, it's very sharp, it's very harsh, as opposed to the energy of our higher self, our intuition, that source energy, that Christ consciousness energy that we're all a part of. That energy is more, it's kinder, it's gentler, it's more loving, it's more suggestive, it's more encouraging you to play with the energy through inspirations and ideas, through this energy of, what if you did this? What if you did that? Instead of that egoic energy that always makes you feel like you're backed into a corner and there's no way out, right? It's very rigid, it's very solid. But the energy of the intuition is all about movement and fluidity. How is the energy moving? What is spirit trying to align you with? What is your higher self trying to align you with, right? It's full of questions and acceptance and non-judgment, because the judgment that comes through the egoic energy keeps us stuck. So, tuning in to these energies, throat chakra clearing, right, coming in for me, so I can really connect and speak the truth of what my spirit team, of what source is wanting me to tell you guys about this particular subject, about these energies. So I'm tuning in. I've got a whole lot of cards on the table. So let's see what spirit, what my angels and my guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the cherubim and seraphim, spirit, source, God, divine, Gaia, right? All of these amazing energies that are here, I'm calling in, that you can all call in for yourselves as well, right? We are all powerful, infinite, divine beings capable of doing our own channeling, receiving our own information. This is what comes out first. I love it. Isis, magic, manifesting, right? This energy to help move us through toxic, stuck, egoic, judgmental, shameful energy. It's magical. We have the magic within us. We can tune in and tap into that magic. We have to be open to receiving in order to do that, but it's very much here, this energy, to help support us in moving through this. It says your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused, right? So the magic of moving through this can only happen when we stay focused on the goal. So what's the goal? To dissolve the ego, to dissolve judgment and shame and criticism, those energies that are keeping us stuck, so that we can be open to receiving in divine flow. Beautiful. What else, Spirit? egoic energies, dissolving the ego, supportive messages and advice to help move us through these energies. The angel of families. Look at how beautiful this is. All of this cosmic light coming in. It says the angels surround both you and your family at this moment. So this is this higher source energy coming in, right? Letting you know that you and your family are safe and protected. The ego, the judgment, the harshness, we don't need that energy to help us do the right thing, because spirit, source, the divine is here. The angels are here guiding and protecting us. They have our back. They're helping us to do our own healing. They're guiding and protecting us, our family, and our friends. Beautiful. What else, Spirit? What would you like us to know about this dissolution of the ego? She-wolf, unleash the wild within. This is really getting in touch with that deep source soul energy within yourself, that deep down, that deep within. You know, that energy that hangs out inside of you. This is a time to really connect with the intensity and the passion of that energy, doing what instinctually feels right, but not in an aggressive way, not that sort of animal instinct, but the animal instinct, that part of you that inherently knows that you are part of all that is, right? It could be this energy that you're not used to acknowledging. Maybe you haven't really thought about it, but it's just an inherent part of who you are, and that source energy within, doing what feels right, doing what is right in your ancestral line. That energy is coming in that has to do with natural health and healing, with midwives, with herbs, with all the like witchy things, right? Well, the witchy things were just forms of natural healing and working with the earth. It's this inherent connection that we have as humans, connected to the earth, honoring the life that's within us, but also our connection to the earthly plane, the abundance, Mother Earth, the sacredness, right? Of having a healthy, whole, sustainable way to live for all of life, which means keeping the earth healthy and happy, right? Keeping our food supply, our water supply, our air supply, right? That's like that inherent part of ourselves, that natural part of ourselves that we're being called to connect with at this time. We, of course, have the moon's energy coming in. Take note of intuitive messages. The moon's energy is very powerful at this time, bringing to light illusions, right? The illusions of the ego, asking us to reconnect with our higher self, our intuition, our soul self, our heart chakra, moving out of this energy where money, right, has been the god. Money's not the god. Where power and corruption have been one and the same. We're seeing all of that come unraveled and come apart. So illusions that we've been caught up in for so long, it's all coming apart, right? Coming into the light for healing, for release, and for opportunity to do it different and do it better. We also have peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. That's the egoic energy. I need to be right. Why do you need to be right? Ask yourself, right? Why? That's the ego. Why do we need to be right? So that people won't think we're stupid, so we know that we're right, so we're empowered. Like, what is that all about? Because this energy, it's asking us to let go of that. Take the high ground, live in integrity. Connect with the energy of peace. How can you create peace with others if you haven't first found it within yourself? So really nurturing that energy of peace within yourself first, and then extending that to other relationships in your life, business, personal, professional, with the planet, with the cosmos, the relationships, right? It's how we relate to anything. I love this energy though, right? Like, why do we need to be right? This energy, it's about being in divine flow, which is all about creativity and divine feminine. How can you be in divine flow if you're judging and criticizing and shaming because you need to feel empowered and in control because you have this need to be right, right? That's the egoic energy that we're trying to shift out of. What if you let it go and take the high road? What if you don't need to be right? What if you're like, you know what? I made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Why is making mistakes? Like, why is that such a bad thing? Why are we so judgmental of others? They should do it this way. They should do it that way. What about ourselves? What about who's keeping us accountable, right? It's all about our own accountability and how we are living in alignment with our higher selves, with source energy, not judging and shaming others, healing those wounds within ourselves. What is that quote? Hurt people, right? So this is an opportunity for all of us to let go, to surrender, to allow ourselves to make mistakes, to be vulnerable, to shine light on where we've messed up. Like, everybody makes mistakes constantly. It's part of how we learn and grow. And if we don't learn and grow from those mistakes, we'll just keep repeating them. That's how it works. What else, Spirit? All this energy is coming through. The temperature here just went up about 20 degrees. What else, Spirit? Yes, exactly. Divine flow. That's what our opportunity is here, to let go of the criticism, the judgment, the shame. It should be like this. Why should it be like that? Well, because that's how I feel it should be. But you're not in control. You're not God. You're not source. You're not spirit. Maybe you don't have all the facts. We know you don't have all the facts. I don't have all the facts. None of us do, because we're just puny little humans here on the earth, right? We're all part of source energy of the divine. It says, eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others, to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs, surrendering to the divine. I thought I would get this job. I thought I would be in this relationship. I thought I would live here. I thought my life would look like this. How many of you can acknowledge it didn't happen the way you thought it was going to, right? And how many of you, I should say of us, right, can surrender to that? Like, oh, I don't have this job I thought I was going to have. So instead of shaming yourself, judging yourself, which is egoic energy, I didn't get this job because I'm not good enough, because they picked someone who was way better than me, because I'm just an idiot and I didn't have the skills and expertise. Instead of viewing it from that energy, which is all about the ego, we can view it from this other energy, divine flow energy. Well, I didn't get that job because spirit has something lined up for me that's a million times better that I haven't even thought about. I haven't anticipated. I didn't even imagine it. But I didn't know, right? Because I am not God. I am not the divine. I am only a slice, a sliver, a little thread, a little extension of the divine, right? It's shifting that energy. You're extraordinary. This time is extraordinary. I love this energy. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. This egoic energy tells us all we have to fit in the little box. We have to be labeled. so that society knows how to categorize us. Well, we're not made like that, right? How many of you watching this video feel like you don't fit in? Because you're not meant to, right? You're unique. You're extraordinary. Life has a different plan for you. You don't fit in a box. And that's part of this divine flow energy. The ego wants to keep us stuck, put us in a box, restrict us, hold us back, put us in this cube, so it's easier for us to be managed, contained, handled. We're not meant to be managed, contained, or handled, right? We're source energy. We are life. We're intelligent life. We're meant to learn and grow and evolve and shift and change and make mistakes. We're not meant to be cornered into, boxed in, and held in. That's what this structure of money has been trying to do for so long. It's just like a control and a power. It's old, egoic, toxic energy. We're shifting out of that. What else do you want us to know about this dissolution of the ego? Ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. At this time, and I already mentioned this in the video, right? We're connected in our DNA genetically to our ancestors. We all have ancient origins, right? Our generational lines have been here for thousands of years. And through this massive shift and transformation and energy that we're going through, we're doing all of this ancestral healing. It has to do with a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of ego, but it needs to come up to the surface so that the light can show on it, so it can be released, so it can be healed, so we can create space to bring in this new high vibrational energy that's here for us at this time. That toxicity, right? The old ego energy. It's not that it's not loving. It's about power and control, right? And we are not meant to be controlled. We have free will. We are source energy. And our DNA is structurally changing at this time. What else, Spirit? What else would you like us to know about this dissolution of the ego? So many energies. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's take all of these. Okay, called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. This is the new portal. This is the new gateway, right? We have been gifted with this life. We have soul contracts that we're here living out. But this time is about these new opportunities, these new portals, these new gateways, and these new energies that are here for us that we're being called to go through on a deep soul level. We, the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. This is all of the spiritual support that's surrounding us as we enter this new time, this new energy, this new way of being. We will have everything that we need as we move forward. It's that deep, unconditional love and nurturing that's here for us in a universal, God-like way. This is divine flow source energy that's coming in supporting us. We also have the C's of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Again, egoic energies, judgment, fear, shame, control, toxic power. It's all coming up to be cleared, to be cleaned. It's like slates are being wiped clean so that we can live in a conscious, mindful, unconditionally loving way that's connected to that source energy. And perspective, I love this. None of this matters. We're just little specks on the earth, in the universe, right? Like we're just here for a little bit. We're just a little speck of energy. It says none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Again, deciding what you love and value. Is it the petty little judgmental egoic things? Or is it like honoring life force, honoring source energy? Really asking us to shift our perspective, right? From the ego to our higher soul self, our intuition, our divinity. What else, Spirit? What else would you like us to know? I love Spirit. 8 of Scrolls. Paths unknown. Which way are we gonna go, right? In my opinion, we don't really have much choice, but we do. We have free will. Are you gonna choose the path of the ego because that's what you've known? Or are you going to allow yourself to shift and change, to be open to new and different energies, to choose the path of divine flow? What does that mean? How are you going to experience that, right? Like we've never experienced it the way we have the opportunity to experience it now. So are we open to receiving and moving towards the unknown? Even though it's divine flow, it's unknown. The ego says, don't go down that way because we don't know what's down there and it could be something horrible and scary and awful. It could kill you. Or we can go on this other path, right? Intuition, the divine, the sunlight over there feels better. So I'm going to follow that and see where it takes me. Nothing scary is going to be there. My angels are here to protect me. I'm a divine being. Death is just transformation anyway. Maybe I'll take that path. What if there's a pot of gold under a rainbow over there? Divine flow versus ego, right? We always have a choice, but we don't know, right? Hanging on to what we've known, that's the ego's energy. I work this job, I get this much money, so I can live in this house, so I can buy this car, so I can buy these clothes. Well, does that make sense? If we're living in divine flow, you're a soul in a body. Who cares where you live and what car you drive and what clothes you wear, right? It's your soul. Living from divine flow, source energy, it doesn't matter. What else, Spirit? Dissolution of the ego. What would you like us to know? Dissolution of the ego. What would you like us to know? Gambler. Yep, taking a chance on life. The light side, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So perfect. The shadow side, relying on luck rather than hard work. How perfect are those messages? Or will you follow your intuition? Do you feel lucky? What if something horrible happens, right? Taking a chance on life, taking a chance on yourself. And Prince. The light side, romantic charm and potential for power. The shadow side, using power for self, aggrandizement, making yourself feel better. That's what the egoic energy is all about. But it's that false sense of self, right? That judgmental part of self that wants control and power, so that we know how to label and categorize and handle that particular thing that we've labeled, right? If it's in divine flow, who the hell knows what's going to happen? And we're afraid of the unknown when we're in this egoic energy, instead of trusting God, trusting source, trusting spirit and life and the universe. Interesting. Let's see, what else, Spirit? What else would you like us to know about this dissolution of the ego? Dissolution of the ego. What else would you like us to know? Look at how beautiful this is. This heart, it's like this energy of the Holy Spirit, of the divine. Intensity, passion, but groundedness, transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. This is not the love of the ego that's so like wrapped around sex and how you look and body image. This is about divine flow, source, love. The highest form of love is compassion, empathy, connecting with others on a heart and soul level, being unconditionally loving. I will love you even if you don't look the way I think you should look. Even if I'm not attracted to you physically, who cares? We're a spirit in a body. The way we look on the outside, our body, it's only ego energy, right? So we're shifting out of that. We're transforming out of that, connecting on a heart and soul level from divine flow, from unconditional love and acceptance. That can transform our relationships with each other, our relationships with the planet, because this energy of unconditional love, divine flow, gender doesn't matter, skin color doesn't matter, your size, your weight, your eye color, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's just a physical reflection of your human body on the earth, having a physical experience, right? We're just big balls of energy within our body. And this is a time where we can transform, shift out of this old egoic toxic energy into something more unconditionally loving and accepting. Beautiful. Just gonna get one final message here to wrap up this reading. Just one final message. So many. Okay, we'll take them all. Okay, so we've got forgiveness. Time to heal old wounds. Time to let go and forgive. Do not allow yourself to be a victim any longer, for in doing so, you only hurt yourself. Forgive and set yourself free. You are eternally loved. Accept the love being offered and allow it to heal you. How beautiful is that? And remember, forgiveness is for ourselves. So it's important to first forgive ourselves. And what are we forgiving ourselves for? Making mistakes, being human. Isn't it ridiculous we have to forgive ourselves for being human? But that's how distorted the egoic energy is. Being human means making mistakes, but it also means learning and growing and shifting and changing from those mistakes, right? Like that's how we learn. If we always experience the same thing and we're in the same energy, we would never learn and grow and evolve and expand. We gotta let the energy move and flow. We also have silver vibrations. It says your vibration is being raised to a higher level. You may be feeling that you are in this world, but somehow not of this world. This is the magic of creation at work in your life. As silver starlight enters your aura, your energy field is strengthened, giving you a clearer connection to spirit and revealing the greater purpose of your life. How beautiful is that? And I've got one more card that flew out, and this is soulmate. It says love, partnership, magnetic attraction between two people, union. You discover a deep sense of self through a relationship with another. So remember, in these higher vibrational energies, this is your masculine and feminine being at union with yourself from within. And when you achieve that internal union and that love and forgiveness and acceptance for yourself, then you're able to attract and bring in that higher level soulmate, divine counterpart connection with another who has done their work as well. So those were your messages. Namaste.